Hi, everybody. Welcome. Happy December 2016. You are a part of our Nation Call tonight. This is where we all come together. Think of this as a board meeting for your business. And there's no better place that I want to be than with all of you near the start of December. I don't know if anyone else has feel like you lost 4 months of this year. But that's certainly how I felt as December rolled around. So I'm excited to make up for lost time and do amazing things in December. So we have some great trainings in store for you. Before we get to our two rockstar trainers tonight, I had the special honor of giving recognition for our entire nation. And this is a big deal because you think about where our business has grown to. We are, of course, in the U.S., but we are also now international. So we have consultants that span the seas and up in Canada. So it really is super exciting to come together and acknowledge all of your incredible accomplishments for the month of November. So our top achievers for the month of November from Uniontown, Pennsylvania, our top sponsor for our whole nation is Miss Stacy Carey. Am I saying that right, Tiff? No, Tiff's like, nope. Okay, Stacy, I love you. I'm going to get your name right on the next Nation Call because we're going to be lifting you up, sister, because you have some amazing recognition come up. But she sponsored 12 at the start of her business. And just a little shout out to Stacy. She was working her business to the very last day in November. And so Tiffany made a special mention of that, and that she was, that she was just rocking and rolling. So I was so in awe by her dedication and her commitment to her business. So congratulations, Stacy. So excited for you. Our top district manager is from Mars, Pennsylvania, and that's Melissa Montani with 7,431 in her central district. Holy underwear. Sister, you are on fire. I love that. Means that you're helping a ton of people to start their own Arbonne business and helping to launch them in a very successful manner. So I'm so proud of you, honey. Way to go. And thank you for being the rock star. You guys just came from your meeting tonight in Pennsylvania, and then Melissa was running home to, put her little ones to bed and get on the call with us tonight. So again, incredible dedication and leadership. So I'm very proud of you. Thank you for being on with us. Our top area manager is also on the call with us tonight, all the way from North Huntington, Pennsylvania, the amazing Tiffany Spitznagel in the house. Give us a little whoop whoop, sissy. Ah, there she is. Oh my gosh, so fun. I tell you what, she is right there at region qualification. And December, her amazing team is going to blow it out of the water. So it is happening. It is on, and I'm so excited. I'm sure that everyone tonight at the meeting and last night at the meeting was doing the happy dance, because this is such a fun time, not only for Tiffany's team, but actually for our greater team. You guys will see so much business interest come forward from this just because of this promotion happening. So it really, success begets success. And it's so awesome for Tiffany. She has always led from the front, and she is doing that in phenomenal ways going into the last month of 2016. So we're excited for you, sister. Congratulations. I love it. And of course, Tiffany's incredible upline, Kendall Pierce, is our top regional vice president for the month of November. Way to go, Kendall. I'm so proud of you and also your incredible leadership. So I can't wait to hang with my PA girls. We're going to bring the West Coast. This is what I'm saying. We're going to bring the West Coast to the East Coast in 2017. Won't that be a kick in the pants? We have so many people that are cheering you all on to phenomenal heights. So it's really exciting to see all this fun stuff as we round out 2016 together. District Manager Bonus Achievers. What this designation means, in order to receive any bonus from Arbonne, you have to be at management level. And so there's bonuses attached to each level of management in our business. So district manager bonus means that if you're district manager and above, you are eligible for a cash bonus in your business. And so we have 11 district manager bonus achievers in the month for November business. And I'll briefly review who those achievers are. Rhiannon Carlson from Orland, California. Alyssa Cavallaro from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Becky Cragen from Everett, Pennsylvania. Becky Humphreys from Sparks, Nevada. Becky Jones from Burleson, Texas. Do you see a theme here? The Beckys are very teachable, very coachable, very duplicatable. Melissa Ladner from Klamath Falls, Oregon. Melissa Montani from Mars, Pennsylvania. Ashley Smith from Palm Harbor, Florida. Tiffany Spitznagel, North Huntington, Pennsylvania. Kendall Travers from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and Jessi Wagner from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. I'm so proud of you all. This designation, 5,000 success line volume and 5 sponsored within your team, means that you're reaching out and helping others to start their Arbonne journey and grow in a successful manner. So I'm so proud of you guys. Way to go. Our area manager bonus earners, they have 20,000 success line volume and at least 10 sponsored within their team. And we have 3 area manager bonus achievers for November: Alyssa Cavallaro, Tiffany Spitznagel, and Kendall Travers. Yeah, the 3 amigos, right? So fun. I love that. Congratulations, girls. That's so exciting. And our regional vice president bonus achiever goes to Kendall Travers. So Kendall's organization had over 60,000 success line volume plus 20 preferred clients in her success line. So excited and honored to be on the call with you all. These are new heights that really we haven't seen before as an organization. So it just shows how much you guys are reaching down to lift others up and growing an incredible, stable business. I'm so proud of you guys. We have 2 leaders who are in qualification for district manager at the 2,500 level and above. And it's my honor to acknowledge my dear friend, just right in my backyard. Her name is Lisa Avila. Unfortunately, she's not on the call live with us tonight because she's still working, but she won't be working for a long time, forever and ever. Her goal is to at least cut down to part-time. She works for Costco in membership here in Sparks, Nevada, and Lisa and I have been connected for the last 7 years. It's fun how we came to be connected. Lisa and her family are residents in our former home. So where I launched my business 10 years ago in Arbonne, we just launched Lisa's business in the month of November. So it was really fun to kind of see that come full circle. And we know good things come out of the 2499 Sorrento Court home. So definitely Lisa will be a national vice president in our organization. I'm excited for you guys to see her next month when we acknowledge her finish. But it's my pleasure to turn the call over now to Kendall. And I'm going to give Kendall a moment to unmute while I give her a little love. I got to spend some time with Kendall last month at Deanna's Success Line MVP retreat. And obviously, everybody who has met Kendall once loves her. They cherish her. She has incredible insight, but she's also one of the best yellows around. And if you're like, Becky, what are you talking about, yellow? If you don't know what I'm talking about, you will at some point, because we'll definitely be able to identify your personal color. But Kendall seriously brings the fun and the joy to this business, and it has been so much fun. I really had a ball every moment that I got to spend with this beauty. So it's a treat to have you on the line, Kendall, and to share doing life with you. I love you.
Thank you, Becky. I love you too. That was so fun. Guys, I made Becky drink tequila, so.
Don't get any ideas for Vegas, girls. Don't get any ideas. I see Melissa out there like, okay, the floodgates are open.
No, in Vegas, we behave very well, don't we, guys? Well, thank you so much, Becky. We love you, and we learn from the best, by the way. You just spread your love and your light and your joy all over us, and that is why our team is the way that it is, and we are so thankful for you, and so thank you so much for for doing these calls for us. We love to connect with you and see your beautiful faces. I love it so much. So we have several people in district qual that I know are going to finish this month for sure, but we have one brand new in qualification for district manager, and that is Miss Stacy Carey from Uniontown, Pennsylvania, sponsored by Tiffany Spitznagel, and she just had a rock star month. She did incredibly well and just did work her business the last month, as well as several girls on Tiffany's team did the same thing. I know that Kelly and Melissa and Stacey were just up late till the wee hours of the night texting us and putting in orders. And so I just want to congratulate them as well, because they worked their butts off and they had the biggest month they've ever had. So it was really great. So I'm really proud of you guys.
Kendall, thank you. So much fun. Yeah, close was really exciting. So thank you guys for keeping me up. I mean, usually I'm like, oh, okay, 9:30, and it's like, what, 12:30, 1 a.m. your time? I'm like, oh, I'm a little tired. So it was really exciting. It was so much fun. So I'm so proud of you all. Way to go, everybody. We have a special recognition tonight. I want to lift up and elevate Jessi Wagner, who's on the call with us this evening. Jessi totally embraced Arbonne's challenge that they rolled out in early November. You might recall that Arbonne said, right as November kicked off, November 1st through November 16th, any person that sells 10 Genius Ultra Blockbuster ASVPs is going to get one for free. And on last month's Nation Call, I said that I would also be gifting a $100 cash bonus to that person. Well, Jessi totally rocked that challenge and had 10 ASVP Genius Ultra sales by the 16th of last month. And I'm like, holy underwear. Jessi, that was so incredible. So I did ask her to train on just some things that she learned in that incredible momentum that she set her November up for. So she will be joining us on the line in a short while after announcements. But I wanted to give a huge shout out to Jessi, because that was an incredible feat, honey. And if we can all learn to set ourselves up for success within a couple weeks, the start of our business, just think how we would finish our month, right? So I'm not going to steal any thunder from Jessi's training, but I'm so proud and in awe of you, honey. Congratulations. I want to draw your attention to several on our team who are in need of prayer. Some of these people have requested prayer. Many of you are just so sweet to say, hey, this is what's happening with my family members. So thank you for elevating and lifting up these people in your hearts and in your minds. I know we're definitely better together, and amazing things have happened specifically with our team when we come together and elevate these special people in our lives. So Debbie Kubik is Rihanna Carlson's mom, and she's doing very well on her path to fighting breast cancer. Dan Carpenter Sr., Millie's husband, Sarah's dad, and Lynn's father-in-law, is a 2-time brain cancer survivor. He's doing great. He had a great bill of health recently. Justin Pierce is Jenny Pierce's husband, and Justin is doing great. And Kendall's brother, and he's doing awesome. Everything is coming back good with his reports. Mike West and Connie West, they're parents of Carly West Kinney, who is a consultant here in our local team in Reno, and they're each going through their respective journeys with brain cancer and stomach cancer. So thank you for keeping them in your prayers. Our sweet Kaylee Jordan, Angela Jordan's daughter, she came through a surgery that was a little scary late summer and is doing well. And our sideline sisters, Shayna Grossclose and Sarah Wilson, both breast cancer, fighting breast cancer, and hopefully in remission. And then just a nod to a couple of new prayer requests. Kim Graham, she lost her grandma in Arizona to brain cancer. And it came on really quick, you guys. Actually, it was like October 15th at our meeting. Kim took the call and they gave the diagnosis to Kim over the phone of what they had found for Momo, her grandma in Arizona. And she passed away November 13th. But Kim was so grateful that she wasn't in pain. And they had some great conversations because Kim was able to go down and spend about a week with her Momo. So I'm very grateful for that. And finally, Lee Tanner, who has been a team member of ours in Reno for a long time. She moved to Massachusetts and is now in the process of moving back to Reno. She's excited to reunite with her family here. Her children live here, but she suffered a stroke just this last Saturday. And Bernadette, who is one of my team members, brought this to my attention. Lee has been released from ICU and she's in neurology now here at Reno Clinic. So if you could just keep her in your prayers. Once she gets situated at a rehab hospital, I will definitely be going and extending wishes on behalf of all of us to Lee's great recovery. So I'm sorry I don't have more details on the severity of the stroke or what was affected, but definitely we'll have an update in January for you all. A few announcements before our Rockstar trainers come back on the line. 4 quick things. Number 1, GTC is officially sold out from the main arena at MGM Grand Garden Arena. Wow. Oh my gosh, every year it kind of sneaks up closer and closer, but Arbonne is so great. They have overflow seating that's available now. And so anyone may register for seating, and I know that they'll give priority to people that register as soon as possible. So definitely, I still encourage your new client or your new consultants to register for GTC. They did have a wait list last year, and they ended up opening several hundred spaces to waitlisted people, but it went by priority according to how quickly people registered for the conference. Number 2, those of us who were in Arbonne prior to January 2009, we have a special set of beloved consultants that we call grandfather consultants. And grandfather consultants were able to enjoy 35% savings for their personal use if they signed up prior to January 2009. Grandfather consultants can still renew their membership, but there's a hard reset for any grandfather consultant. If they have not renewed for $30 by December 31st, they will be reassigned to preferred client status. So they'll basically lose anyone that they had signed up at any point in time. So just a heads up to those of us who have that special client base that we don't want to miss the boat. And this is the right time to start reaching out to those special people and reminding them that that is the hard date that they have to have their membership, renewed. Our area manager retreat is going to be right around the corner, February 10th through the 12th. This year, it's in Phoenix at the beautiful Squaw Peak Resort, and it's gorgeous. If you haven't taken a look at the location, it's a little bit more central, much closer to the airport than where it has been in years past, and the resort and amenities look beautiful. We love to bunch up and room up together, and so if you are paid as area manager by February 1st, you are invited and encouraged to attend. This is Deanna's Success Line retreat, and it's a very, very special retreat. For many of us, it is one of our best highlights in the year. And furthermore, if you promoted to area manager after February of this year, so if you're a new area manager effectively, then your regional vice president and myself are paying your way. So we're paying your registration. And the early bird registration does end by December 15th. So that's coming up. But even those of you who promote, and if you're paid as area manager by February 1st, we're going to pay your way to the area manager retreat. So we are excited to welcome you to the area manager retreat. It's going to be a super fun time. Last but not least, December 1st, Arbonne launched our 2017 Arbonne Incentive Trip. And we are going to the Riviera Maya, the Hard Rock Hotel. Oh my gosh, I am so excited. This is a beautiful part of Mexico, Cancun area. For any of you who have traveled there, it's absolutely fantastic. The beaches are pristine, the water is gorgeous, the cocktails are happy, and this is an all-inclusive setting. So that's great that Arbonne really listened to us, and we were asking for, can we please have it be all-inclusive if that's at all possible? So they listened to us and brought their A game. So if you go to the source, you can definitely look up Arbonne Incentive Trip, and it will give you a great document showing the levels 1 and 2, which are not earning the trip, but you get some great prizes, and then level 3, 4, and 5, which are earning the trip either single or double occupancy with the potential for bonus cash. And so this is the biggie. December is the month that you want to register for the trip, because only in December will Arbonne count your volume double. Only in December will Arbonne count your volume double. So you can go on and register for the trip for $40. I recommend just registering yourself for now. You can register your guests later. But that will basically double the volume that you do in December. And Alyssa has a great training coming up for us shortly that really will help us to maximize our December and really work toward earning the trip. And then just as a reminder, you will have new consultants coming to your business even after this month. They're going to still be eligible to earn the trip with their success line volume. They simply need to register for $40 within their start month. So that's just a little reminder to those of us that we don't overlook that, so that they can be a part of the trip with us. Okay, I am going to give sweet Jessi a moment to unmute her audio line. She's on the video with us, but let me just gush on this girl a little bit. You know, this has been a very big year in Jessica Wagner's life. She has lots of things on her plate. She is an incredible teacher. She had a beautiful daughter, Hannah, early in the year, and she promoted to area manager in the busiest season of her life. And sometimes we think back and we look at, you know, people who are on their journey and are doing these amazing things, and we're like, how do they do it all? Well, I tell you what, yes, we do know that busy people know how to get stuff done, but also it's mindset, and it is having that intention, it's setting goals, and she has been a rock star in that arena, as you will see from the get-go. And so she is such an inspiration to me. I have enjoyed every moment that I have ever had a chance to rub elbows with Jessi. I always learn from her. And she's just doing terrific. And so I'm excited for her to share a little bit more about how she tackled when Arbonne came forward and said, okay, you have 16 days to earn this challenge of selling 10 Genius Ultra ASVPs, how she tackled it and how she did it and what she learned along the way. So Jessi, it's my honor to have you on the call with us. And thank you so much for staying up to the wee hours after Hannah's bedtime to be on with us. I'll turn it over to you.
Thank you so much, Becky. So yeah, on November 1st, when they told us that we could earn our own Genius Ultra and you said you were going to give us $100, I was super excited. But I always joke with like my uplines and say that I'll literally do anything for a prize. So as much as I super appreciate a new Ultra and $100, like you probably could have told me I was going to get like an Arbonne eraser or something and I would have been just as excited. So literally like that, like, I don't know, I'm super motivated by like, I just want to earn it, whatever it is. So it's a good thing, but it's also a bad thing. And why I'm going to tell you it's a bad thing is because it shouldn't take telling me that you're going to give me a prize to do this challenge. I could have sold 10 Ultras, whether it was November 1st to 16th or October or April before they were even out. It was just putting my mind to it. So first of all, I just want to tell everybody I did not do anything super special. Like I sent before and after pictures, so that was really important. I have pictures also of me, my mother, and my father that I send to people. So people who know my mom and dad obviously love that, especially my dad. Everybody like thinks it's hilarious. But so definitely sending people the before and after pictures, of course, and then making sure that you're telling them what this really is, because people have like no idea. They want to talk about how, oh, this is like this device. Like, no, this is Arbonne, not to be compared to that. And so you talk about your Ultra all the time, and you think that the whole world should know about how amazing this is, but people don't. So make sure that you tell them what it is and don't just assume that they know. So I would just call people, text people. I sent emails. I posted on Facebook, which I'll talk more about, with the before and after pictures, explaining what it is and just explaining what the deal was. So I kind of talked a little bit about on our Transformation Nation page, like what I learned from this. So first of all, I did offer everyone a personal gift if they bought the Ultra. Worst idea of my life. I promise you, every single person that bought that Ultra from me would have bought it, whether or not I was offering them a free lip gloss or not. Like at that point, they didn't care. So I spent a ton of money and probably could have bought my own Ultra with the amount of money I spent getting gifts for people. So I think sometimes we get really excited and we like to share our products and want to give people stuff. And it's like a super nice idea, but don't be over the top about it. And again, it's not necessary. Like you can sell these things without doing any kind of big incentive like that for your clients. So don't do that. Bad idea. Secondly, two of those people that I sold the Ultra to, so some of these people were like preferred clients that I've already had. Some of these people were people that have tried it but didn't buy it before, whatever, lots of different things. But two of these people I would have literally never asked. They reached out to me because of my Facebook posts and because of my emails that I sent to all of my clients. So I do just want to reiterate that those two methods are super impersonal, and I would never suggest that that be the only way that you are trying to build your business. So don't think, we talk about, income producing activities all the time, and like posting on Facebook is not an income producing activity. So it's super helpful sometimes and super powerful if you do it right. I also shared on our page Alyssa's training, if anybody remembers it or needs a little refresher about social media do's and don'ts. So that's really important. But again, it can be super helpful, but just remember that should not be the only thing that you're doing. Don't think that you're working so hard if you're posting on Facebook. But do it and do it right. And definitely the emails, of course. Like I try not to blow up my clients' emails either, but that's a really good way to get to everybody also. The third thing is two of those people I met at very small craft and vendor shows. So both of those were both in Monroeville where I grew up. I didn't get much activity from them, but now I have those two people who just bought Ultras from me. So just remember that the activity that you do is always, 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 always worth it. There's always a positive. You can find a positive in anything, and just make sure you're following up. The one woman who got it, she did the challenge with me like over a year ago. I've just always followed up with her, and she didn't actually start buying products again until just a couple months ago, and was only ever interested in nutrition. And now she's using a ton of the skincare stuff too. And another one, and this is actually a good point too, she said that she used to use all the RE9 stuff. She has no idea who her consultant was or their contact information or anything. So she became a preferred client with me. She spent like over $200 when I first met her at that vendor show. So if you don't follow up with your people, they will find somebody else. And then, so my next point, I'm sorry, I'm kind of like all over the place. My next point though, is that do not decide what people are willing to spend or what they need. So this woman who I just met, who just put an over $200 order in, couple weeks later, I told her about the Ultra special and she got it. And again, I didn't know her before. I don't know anything about her, and it's probably better that way. In my mind, she needs all my RE9, all my nutrition, and has all the money in the world to buy it. So it's not my job to decide what she wants, how much she's willing to spend. And I had another woman who she just put a huge order in, like over 500 QV. She's like my favorite PC because she goes on her own by herself and puts in an event for me and everything. And she's awesome. So she literally just spent like $500. And she also came to our Genius Ultra event that our team did and didn't even try it. Like, she didn't even try the Ultra at the Ultra event. I don't know why. She was like weird about it. But I told her I texted her, I sent her the pictures, and I told her about the deal. And she said, "You're always I can tell how enthusiastic you are just in your text messages. I'll check it out." And then like 2 minutes later, I got the email that she bought it. So again, you don't decide how much people are willing to spend. And I also know her very well, and I know that she doesn't have tons of money, but that's what she likes to spend her money on, so good for her. I'm just here to tell her what the deals are and what I have to offer her. Also, do not wait until the last minute, because I was freaking out at like 11 p.m. trying to get my last Ultra, trying not to call people that I didn't want to wake up, but we got it in there. And so, yeah, just like I talked about before, it shouldn't be, you shouldn't have to wait for Arbonne to put out an incentive or Becky to tell us she's going to give us an extra $100 or whatever it is. You can act with that sense of urgency all the time. I think it was Debbie Neal who has a call on SoundCloud about doing everything ASAP. And so she talks about how she books all of her activity in the first 2 weeks of the month and does everything ASAP. And I think that the fact that we have like a whole month to do our volume is kind of like a blessing and a curse, because we're like, oh, we have the whole month to do it, and then decide to like squeeze everything in the last week. Get your activity in and make those calls beforehand and in the first couple of weeks, so that you don't have to be pushing to the last minute, and you can do way bigger things that way. And I think that I hit all of my points. Is there anything? Oh, Becky, you wanted me to tell. So I think on like November 16th, I think that my personal volume was like 3,500-ish or so. In those first 2 weeks, I ended up with like 4,600 at the end. So this was actually one of the best months I've had for a while. And I also think that not only was it those first 16 days of actually selling those products, but it was really the energy and the momentum that I got in because I was making those calls and things like that, and it just carried me through to the rest of the month. And I think that's it. Is there anything else?
Jessi, that was perfect. Oh my gosh, if we could all work our business how you did in the first half of November, I mean, we would be blown away by our success. And I love your tips, and I love your transparency of you sharing what you learned and what you might tweak. I think that is really the brilliance of doing this business and being honest with ourselves first and foremost. But you seriously did amazing. I am so proud of you. Thank you so much for being on with us tonight and just sharing how you brought this to fruition. I mean, my take home is schedule your month in the first half and then be blown away by what you can do by the 30th or the 31st of the month. That was awesome. So amazing. You're a rock star, honey. I'm so excited. Thank you for being on and for sharing all of your nuggets and words of wisdom, love. It's so fun. Now you can relax. Phew. Okay. And you're $100 richer because, you're going to get my check in a couple of days. It's great. It's great. It's a win-win. I love it.
I need that after buying all those gifts for people.
Perfect. Giddy up. I'm glad I could help the cause. Glad I could help.
Thank you.
You bet. So now we're going to transition and invite Alyssa Cavallaro on. I asked Alyssa to come on and really talk to, December is such a big month in our business, in really the whole Arbonne marketing year. And of course, Alyssa's our marketing guru, but she also has another big feather in her cap that she's earned, I think, every single Arbonne incentive trip since she decided to be all in with her Arbonne business. So she kind of knows how to bring this all to fruition. And we get to be the great benefactors from her experience, trial and error, really knowing what to do and what not to do within the month of December. It's already a month that can be fraught with some stress and anxiety and sleepless nights. And so if she can impart some wisdom into how we can structure that to be able to work smarter versus harder, and of course, maximize our results for the effort that we can put into to December, I think that it's a training well worth hearing over and over and over again. And she has some phenomenal points that you're going to be like, oh my gosh, I never thought of that. So without further ado, the amazing guru, Alyssa Cavallaro, coming on the line. I know she probably has it already on her vision board. I don't know if she wants to give us a shout out to it or whatever, but I'm sure she's already got it up. And Maya Riviera, I'm sure Matthew knows he's already going. He might even be registered by now. So Melissa, I love you. Thank you so much for bringing us your words of wisdom on how to make December big.
All right, can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much, Becky, for having me train on this topic. This is like my heart and soul because I love to travel, and trips and incentives are one of a couple things that really, really motivate me to work my Arbonne business. So as Becky said, since I went all in my business, I've earned every single trip that Arbonne has launched for us. And so first, I really want to talk to you guys about why you want to earn these trips, and then I'll go into some tips about how. So first, why not is actually the question. Who would not want to go on a trip to a tropical place or anywhere else on Arbonne's dime? Not only will these trips grow your vision for yourself and your future, but they're going to grow your family or your spouse's vision as well. So I've been pretty lucky when it comes to support from my family and from my boyfriend. But I know that the first trip I took him on really gave him the bigger picture of why I do this. And ever since then, he's just been all in. When the trip comes out, I immediately tell him where we're going. I say, guess where we're going next October? And he's like, where are we going? And I'm like, Riviera Maya. Like, it's already happened. So we talk about it like we're already going. When we talk to our friends, oh, we're going to Riviera Maya in October. It's not even an issue. Like, we are going. And he keeps track of how close we are to earning it. Every month, he's like, so how far away are we? Because he loves these trips. And I really love for him to meet the people that he's always hearing me talk about. He was very lucky. Becky came in for my car presentation and he got to meet her, but he never got to really meet anybody on the West Coast on our team. And so he's got to meet Rhiannon. He's got to meet Melissa. He's got to hang out with Tiffany and her husband. He's got to meet some of my friends in from Canada that aren't on our team directly, but he's really got to meet these people that are a really big part of my life that he doesn't know. And Arbonne treats us like royalty on these trips. So the first trip I earned was to Los Cabos, and it ended up being canceled due to a hurricane, but Arbonne gave us $3,500 cash to book our own trip. And we actually ended up going to Riviera Maya for a week. But what was really special about this trip, even though we didn't get to go with Arbonne, and I was really bummed because I was really looking forward to a trip with, Arbonne. It was my first one. But I got to take Matt and I to Riviera Maya, and this was the first time that he was ever at an all-inclusive resort. And if you know him, he loves to eat. So all-inclusive was like heaven for him. It was like, I can have 3 breakfasts? Yeah. I can have like 17 chicken tacos for lunch? Yeah. I can order 4 steaks? Like, yeah, whatever you want. Like, it's all paid for. So we're just treated really, really good. The next trip we earned was the 35th anniversary cruise on the Oasis of the Seas, which was at the time the largest cruise ship in the world. I think that they have a bigger one now. But we got to go to the Bahamas, St. Thomas, and St. Martin. And what was really fun about this trip was, first of all, so Kendall and Mike are our next door neighbors. But we got to hang out with their kids, and I think Matt actually likes to hang out with Bailey and Flynn more than he likes to hang out with me. But it's fine because Kendall and I just go off and like drink and get drunk, and like they play basketball, and I have someone to like entertain him because I don't want to play basketball. So he gets really close with them as well, which I love. And he loved St. Martin so much that he's actually already planning his bachelor party for St. Martin, and we're not even engaged. So, Matt really loved the Oasis of the Seas trip as well. So, and then that was a place, the Virgin Islands at least, I don't know when I would have even thought to go there. And St. Thomas is like my most favorite place that I've ever been. And that's all thanks to Arbonne. So the next trip I earned was the Magic of Manhattan trip. And Arbonne paid for me to fly round trip to New York City. And I've been to New York City before, but this was top of the line New York City. They paid for my hotel room at an amazing hotel. They gave us $1,000 to spend at Tiffany & Company, and they took us to see the Rockettes. And I've always wanted to see the Rockettes, so that was amazing. And although this trip was only for me, I didn't get to bring a guest. I met some of the most amazing women that are still now some of my best friends. We have a little group chat on Facebook, and we talk every single month together, and we cheer each other on. And they're from Canada and Australia and from the US. And I just love that because these are people that I would have never met before because they're all on totally different teams. And then last, we just got back from the Atlantis recently, and this was an all-inclusive trip that I know if we paid out of pocket for, it would have cost us thousands of dollars. We actually ran into a couple of our friends from Pittsburgh, and while we were there, they told us they could only afford to stay for a couple days because of how expensive it was. When we would get our dinner tab at night, just for Matt and I, we would have like each a glass of wine, a dinner, maybe an appetizer or a salad. It was like $265 just for dinner. And Arbonne paid for all of that. And so we got to go to a resort that I don't know that we would have been able to afford anytime soon because of Arbonne. So that's just to kind of give you a glimpse of what Arbonne does for us. And the Hard Rock, I've been to the Hard Rock in Punta Cana, and they are over the top. Like, it is awesome. So you definitely want to be on this trip come October and have a drink or play basketball with Matt or drink with Kendall and I, because we will be there, no doubt. So first, to earn this trip, you need to understand how to earn the trip, and you need to understand what the qualifications are and what the requirements are. And I'm not going to get into that right now, but if you go on the source and download the document about the AIT incentive trip, it will tell you exactly how to earn the trip. Next, I highly suggest tracking your results so that you know every single month what your goal is and how you're tracking for the trip. So I'm going to share with you a tracker that I found, and I will send this to Becky so that you guys can have it. But I've done this for every trip just so I can see, like, okay, this is what I need to do. So can you guys see this? Okay. So December's double volume month, so it tells us that right here that this is double. And in our stats, we can see what our central district volume is. So if you don't know what that is, ask your sponsor or your upline and they can explain that to you. But I want you to write your volume down here, your personal volume here, and then your district managers that you promote out their volume and what your total volume is over here. And if you flip the page over, it gives you an example of exactly what you need to do to earn the trip for one, the trip for two, or the trip for two plus $1,000 cash. So I'll send that out to Becky so that you guys can take a look at that yourselves. I don't want to get into that, but I highly suggest tracking so that you know exactly. And Arbonne gives us a tracker too, but there's just something about writing it down and like seeing it for me and just like, okay, this is what I need to do this month to be on track to earn this by the end of May. And I want you guys to make your goal to earn the highest level. Even if this is your first day in Arbonne and you're looking at that trip and you're like, this looks scary, you have 6 months to earn this trip. People have gotten to the top of the company in like 48 days or whatever. I don't know. But make it your goal to earn the highest level, because if you don't earn the highest level, you might earn level 4, and that's awesome. You might earn level 3, and that's awesome. So make it really your goal to earn the highest level of this trip. So some things that I do the month of December, I've been in Arbonne for 5 years now. I kind of have like a system for what I do. I know that the trip is launched December 1st every year. So I have a game plan always. And I am at a place in my business that I'm able to gift a little bit more to my clients and prefer clients. And so I do run a special the first week of December, and I run it for the first week only. And I want to let you guys know that I only do a special like this one time a year. And it is to thank my clients for being so amazing. And I just want to say, I don't encourage running specials monthly because your clients are going to expect them, and they will only buy from you when you're offering a special. So please do not do something like this monthly. This is something that I want you to keep in your back pocket for the month of December only. Our products are worth way more than what they're priced at. If you were to buy our RE9 set in a department store, it would cost you over $1,000. So please don't ever feel like our products are too expensive and that you have to discount them all the time. And something that I have learned and I've heard so much this year, I work with a business coach and I'm in a lot of networking groups, is not to discount your products or services as an entrepreneur. People want to support small and local businesses, so let them support you. Don't discount your products every single month. So the special that I run, it's the first week of December, so I'm running mine December 2nd through the 9th. And the reason I do this, obviously, is because we get double volume in December. But I don't ever run a Black Friday special. And the reason for that is because I feel like people are so overwhelmed with Black Friday because there's just so many specials happening with every single company and Target. And there's just a lot going on that weekend. So I don't ever run a Black Friday special. Also because I know I'm gearing up for this special that I run. And the one that I do, it's important to do this only if you have a solid client base and that you think a couple people will take advantage of it. And I like to recommend this specific special that I do to anyone that's a district manager or above, because you are giving your discount and you will get that small override on it. And one of the women that I met in New York actually did a video on how to do this special. So if this is something that you want to do, I'll send that to you. But I do buy 100, get 100 free, and it can go up in increments. So buy 200, get 200 free. Buy 300, get 300 free. So far, I have had 8 people take advantage of this. I've placed 5 orders so far. And you place them all together, and it's given me $1,100 in volume already. And then I just got an email right when we got home of a girl that wants to do buy 400, get 400 as well. So this is a really good special, and you do get double volume. I have not put 1 penny out of pocket for this special at all, and I actually ended up getting 2 free boxes of fizz sticks already. So it's been a win-win for me. Something else that we do, so for the past couple years, we've always done a fundraiser this time of year. And for the last 2 or 3 years, we've donated products to a local women's shelter. But this year we changed it up a little bit. And we're doing something that is really near and dear to my heart, and it's our Adopt a Grandparent fundraiser. And what this is going to do is we are taking $18 donations, and that is going to purchase 1 hand cream or 1 foot cream from the FC5 line, and then also a pair of gloves or a pair of socks to go with it. And we are donating these to local personal care homes in the Pittsburgh area. So my goal was 50, like for our team to be able to give 50 seniors a gift. And right now we're at like 265 as a team. So we have 3 nursing homes completely covered, and I'm talking to a couple more tomorrow just because we have gotten so much such a great response to this, and we're not making any money off of this, but this is adding volume to our QV for the trip. I personally have 104 sponsored, and I figured it out, and that is bringing me in 2,496 in volume for this trip. And so again, we like to do this around the holidays. we're getting everything in by Saturday. So we'll have time to deliver it for Christmas, but that is going to bring in, so for me, that's going to bring in about 5,000 in volume for the trip. A couple other things. So the clean eating challenge, I love to focus on the clean eating challenge in the month of December to kind of gear up for the month of January. But you need to start talking to people about it now, because we want them to get on our bunch challenge. We don't want them to get on another clean eating challenge with another company. We want them on ours. And so the week after Christmas, people are going to be hounded by other people and other companies about doing their clean eating challenge or their whatever program they're offering. So start talking to people about it now. Everyone wants to start the new year off right with their New Year's resolution, and January is always our biggest group. So start talking to people about that now. It's 298 QV per person that you get to sign up. And so that's 600 to go towards the trip. But what I like to do is I like to incentivize my clients. And I tell them, if you find 3 people to do this with you, I will give you your package for 80% off. And the way I do that is with host rewards. I put all of all of their referrals into a party. I make them the hostess, and then I use host rewards to send them their products. So if you think about it, this is going to get you a ton of referrals, and these people are going out and pretty much working your business for you. And that's just going to bring you in a bunch of clients this month, but those clients are going to turn into residual clients for the next, at least, couple months. They're going to order a couple times over the next couple months during the course of this trip. And I always get some consultants from this as well. And your central district and your new consultants volume counts for you towards this trip as well. I hear a lot this time of year that nobody will host an event for me because it's of the time of the month and whatever that their excuses are. So what I like to do this time of year, I do have at least 6 parties scheduled this month. I don't hear that very often, it's the holidays, like I can't have people over. But in case people canceled, I have a lot of other things set up. So for example, one thing that I'm doing is on this Saturday, I'm going to a local Pure Barre and I'm setting up a table between 8 and 12. So they have 4 classes that day, and I'm going to be sampling our PhytoSport line. And for some reason at these bar studios, everybody loves makeup. So I'm going to have all the makeup out, and I think because they can see it and try it and touch it and look at the colors. But I've done an event at a Pure Barre before, and I sold over $500 worth of makeup, and I booked a couple parties, and we have a girl that's like interested in being a consultant, but she's a little bit all over the place. So you just never know what you're going to get from something like that. Kendall and I, we get laser hair removal, and we're doing an event on Thursday at Ideal Image. It's the place that does our laser hair removal. So they are offering our clients a free laser hair removal on a small area, or free Botox, which we're totally against, but whatever. If they want Botox, then they really need Arbonne. But what's really great about this is that they're inviting their clients in as well. And they have at least 25 of their clients coming in because they offer really great specials. And for the people that are coming in and spending money on Botox, the Genius Ultra is perfect for them. So we're going to be doing many Genius Ultra facials while people are coming in for this event, and many 30-minute cosmetic consultations as well for these people. And then another thing that Kendall and I are doing the last week of December is we are doing like a New Year, New You event to get people ready for New Year's Eve. So we teamed up with our neighbor who's an eyelash girl, and she's doing lash extensions for people. We're doing mini facials with Arbonne, and we're offering free spray tans with an Arbonne purchase because we both have spray tan machines. So why not put them to use? And so we totally recruited the girl at our meeting tonight that owns the Carnegie Coffee Company to come to our event, because who doesn't want a free spray tan, right? People will do anything for a spray tan. They're like $50. So that's something else. And we're doing this for 3 days the last week in December. So I'm going to a Pure Barre. We're going to the other random business. And then we're doing an event at our house as well. So if you have people that are not willing to host for you, do it at your own house. Do something once a week. People will come over, and we're also telling them if they bring a friend, they're going to be entered into to win the host rewards or whatever it is that we want to give them. Something else that I heard recently was if people are too busy this time of year to like throw a get together or a party, ask them if you can come to a 30-minute cosmetic color matching and call it a virtual live catalog. I heard that and I really liked it. And so just bring the makeup kit, match their colors, and get them to sign up as a preferred client with either that new ASVP or whatever it is. So these things are like a little bit outside of the box, and I hope that they helped. I'm more than willing to answer any questions or send you the video on the special, or you still have time to do the adoptive grandparent thing or do something that's near and dear to your heart. But even just I know that this is going to grow our businesses too over the next couple months, because the response that we are getting from this adoptive grandparent fundraiser that we're doing, I am just blown away. People are mailing me checks and sending me little letters like, thank you so much for doing this. I don't have any grandparents. I'm so glad to give to somebody else's. I have people that aren't even on our team that are asking if they can come with us to deliver the gifts. And I am going to record every last second of this. And Mike is making a video about it. And it's just going to be a really good way to give back to our community, but also to show everybody what we're doing to give back to our community. So I hope that helps. I'm really, really excited. I know that December is going to be a great month. It's always an awesome month. And everybody's always freaking out about it. But I promise you that it ends up being one of the best months of the year. So I really hope that helped. And I cannot wait to see everybody in Riviera Maya in 2017.
Liz, that was incredible. I'm going to review your tips over and over. It really helps to clarify how to set up December with success and not feel like we're spinning our wheels in a time that we already can feel like we're pulled in many other directions. So thank you for giving clarity to that. And I especially love the inspiration. I'm not really one for basketball, but I tell that Matthew I'm coming to play basketball with him. And just so he can laugh at me, if nothing else.
Yeah.
And then I'll take a shot of tequila and then all will be good. Right, honey?
We'll be really good if we drink tequila.
Hey, Becky, can I add one thing really quickly before you close? Because I know that Alyssa talked about what we're offering these people, but what she didn't say was, that's close. Before we had like the spray tan tent, or before we knew that our neighbor did eyelashes or whatever, her and I were looking for ways to get people to come over, because we knew if we hosted and invited people that they would just show up if we offered them something. So if you're willing to do something small, we hired a massage therapist that came over and gave chair massages really cheaply, once a month. And then we always had an event to invite people to, and we blew that out of the water. So we would do facials, people would come over and get a little chair massage. And so maybe team with somebody else that lives near you or on your team, or somebody else that does another network marketing company. Even if you want to share clients, that's fine. But I do want to say that just because you don't have a tan tent or an eyelash girl or a laser place or whatever. But we got all these things because we've been consistently doing something like that. All kudos to Alyssa, because these are always her ideas and I just go along with them. But that's, if you don't have the access to those things, find something else that's going to attract people, give a little extra, and you're going to get a lot back.
Yeah, just think outside of the box. When we were doing those spa nights, I don't even remember why we stopped, but I got so many consultants from that, because they were like, this is what you do. Like, this is
That's
so
why you
fun.
stopped, because you started like 15 people.
Yeah. We had no time to do them anymore, but it was so much fun. Like, we would just each invite 5 people, and we would tell them to bring a friend if they wanted. Mm-hmm. And we would drink wine, and we would do facials, and we would have a massage person. And it was so much fun. Mm-hmm. And it just really my clients got to meet her clients, and it just created like a sense of community. And that's really what Arbonne is and what we're trying to do here. So yeah, like she said, you don't have to have a spray tan tent, but just think outside of the box and do something different to get out and meet new people. ask the local businesses or the gym that you go to. I actually just stopped going to the gym that I've been going to for 3 years because I asked them if I could set up a table and they didn't respond to me. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to go somewhere else. And I did. And so I'm going to Pure Barre and I bought classes there because they're willing to support me. And this other business was not. So ask your gym, and if they're not going to let you, find a new gym, because there's 1,000 gyms everywhere and people will be willing to support you. And if they're going to the gym, they're trying to be healthy. So I just think that just do something different. I don't know. And these spa parties or whatever we're doing, we're hosting them ourselves. So it takes the pressure off and we're drinking and having fun. It's so much fun.
Awesome. That's hugely helpful. And I'm so glad for these awesome ideas and thinking outside the box. I love that. You know, like take the pressure off of people, especially at this time of the year, and just give an opportunity to love on people. I mean, that's what we do best in this business. I love that. Way to go, Liz. Way to go. Thanks for your input too, Kendall. That was phenomenal. Just fantastic. So in closing, you know, as we round out 2016, this is a time that all of us are drawn to reflect on the good that's happened this year, and there's been so much of it. We all have so much to be grateful for within our team, within our families, within our work life, within our children. Yet, of course, you know, the common thread for us in this group is that we all are in a position where we yearn for more, and we so want to be an agent of change. That's why in many cases we're led to Arbonne in the first place. So it's natural to ask ourselves at the close of the year, how do we get from where we're at now to where we want to be? And the easiest answer, the most precise, succinct answer is we get there one step at a time. So I want you to think about, what is your next best step? A great quote, Jeff Olson from The Slight Edge. If you haven't read that book, it's one of my all-time favorites. I love circling back and reading that every 2 or 3 years. There are two kinds of habits, those that serve you and those that don't. So simple, but yet so profound. So your next best step may be to make a health change. It might be to do one more thing each day for your business. It might be being intentional about complimenting your spouse or significant other, making an intention to do that every day. It might mean shoring up your finances to diminish stress. It might mean setting your phone aside for an hour or two later in the day so that you can enjoy quality time with your kids. So as you look at what you want to turn your focus to, as we peek into the new year, it may be helpful to fill in the blank to the following statement. And I'll say this a couple of times because I think it's so important, and I think that we should probably have this on a sticky note or an index card in several places where we're going to see it throughout the day. So this is what I want you to write down. Blank is never owned, it is only rented. And the rent comes due every day. I'll say that again. Blank is never owned, it is only rented, and the rent comes due every day. So that blank might look like the following. Health is never owned, it is only rented, and the rent comes due every day. Or a good business is never owned, it is only rented, and the rent comes due every day. Financial stability is never owned, it is only rented, and the rent comes due every day. A good marriage or a good relationship is never owned, it is only rented, and the rent comes due every day. Happy children are never owned, they are only rented, and the rent comes due every day. So once you decide what area or what areas you wish to put your focus to, it will become really easy to fill in the blanks to these two last questions. Question number 1, what are 2 things you should start doing to move you closer to your focus? What are 2 things you should start doing to move you closer to your focus? And number 2, What are 2 things you should stop doing to move you closer to your focus? Number 2, what are 2 things you should stop doing to move you closer to your focus? So as we close out tonight, I look forward to growing into 2017 with all of you. Let's forgive ourselves and forget what we didn't love about this year. Dream about what heights we can reach next year, and do what we do so awesome on our team. We are the best at locking arms and lifting each other up as we run into 2017. And you all are the best deal in Arbonne. And I am going to tell you this 100,000 times until you actually internalize it and believe it. You are the best deal in Arbonne. People buy you. So I want you to believe in yourself, because I and everyone on this call believe in you 100,000%. I love you. Merry Christmas. Enjoy this special time that is family building and just a big, big blessing. And we are so grateful for everything good that has come forward. Thank you, God, for all the blessings you've bestowed upon us. I believe in you. Love you all. Good night.